Africa has a lot of beautiful cities to live in. It also has a nice infrastructure and beautiful people and loving people all over Africa. So please visit Africa, okay? But guess what? What are the best cities to live in Africa? Well, there's a post that I have shared about Africa's best cities to live in or visit, okay? So African Fact Zone from X accounts that actually deals with African news that I'm here to share with you guys and also have time for Africa has brought about some list about Africa's best cities to live in, okay? In 2024. Let's see. All right, so African Fact Zone from X came in and says, Africa's best cities to live in 2024. Number 1, Cape Town, South Africa. Number 2, Pretoria, South Africa. Number 3, Durban, South Africa. Number 4, Johannesburg, South Africa. South Africa. Number 5, Nairobi, Kenya. Number 6, Cairo, Egypt. And number 7, Lagos, Nigeria. The source is Numbio's Quality of Life Index by city. There you have it. My people, there you have it. South Africa are actually topping this chart with about 4 cities, okay? Cape Town, South Africa, Pretoria, South Africa, Durban, South Africa, and then Johannesburg, South Africa. All these cities are topping in Africa's best city to live in, okay? So if you are continuing to come to Africa and the best place to live in, South Africa should be on one spot, followed by Nairobi, Kenya, Cairo, Egypt, and then Lagos. These countries have the best to offer for you if you want to live in Africa. That's what this post is saying. And then their source was Numbio's Quality of Life Index by city. Okay, so you can check it out on Google to see more about these people or what they are all about, okay? So I might say a big shout out to my manzis, okay, my sons, South Africans. You guys are actually representing Africa well, okay? But I also went inside to know what criteria did they use that they have to say this, because why is my country, Accra, Ghana, wasn't here? All right, so I went inside and checked about Numbio's Quality of Life Index by city, and I found out that the Quality of Life Index, into brackets, higher is better. It's an estimation of the overall quality of life by using an empirical formula that takes into the account following the factors. So the factors that they use to label these countries or these cities to be Africa's best cities to visit in, they say the word purchasing power index. When it's higher, it's better. Pollution index. When it's low, it's better. House price to income ratio. When it's lower, it's better. Cost of living index. When it's lower, it's better. Well, with this one, I agree because Accra cost of living is mad. Okay, so it also says safety index, higher is better. So if the safety is high, it's better. It also says healthcare index, higher is better. No problem here, because as we check about our last episode, you can check about my old video, you will see that Africa's best healthcare system, South Africa was actually topping. So there's no news that most of the South African cities were present here too. And also, traffic commute time index, lower is better. Well, Accra have one of the craziest traffics in Africa, God. And then lastly, climate index, higher is better. All right, so these are the factors, okay? They also showed how the criteria will work. The higher, the lower of the cities, how they have those kind of things, the better. From cost of living to safety to healthcare index to traffic commute time index, purchasing power index, and pollution index. All these are part of the factors that they use to group these cities to become Africa's best cities to visit to. So if you want to be safe, have a best purchasing power, you have less pollution, also good healthcare system, and a good climate index, you have to visit South Africa, Johannesburg, Pretoria, Joburg, Durban, and Lagos, Nigeria, Cairo, Egypt. These are Nairobi, Kenya. These are the countries you need to visit to in order to have fun in Africa. So they also have an index about it. They also shared it about the quality of life index. It says Cape Town, South Africa has 155.7. Pretoria, South Africa had 146.8. Durban, South Africa have 14.16. Johannesburg, South Africa have 138.0. But here, see something here. You have seen all the four South African cities have higher above 100%, 100 mark, okay? But check about the next 5, 6, and 7 cities. We have Nairobi, Kenya having 97.9, Cairo, Egypt have 73.7, and the Lagos, Nigeria have 44.3. So if the 7 cities have 44.3, how worse are the rest of the cities in Africa? How would they even group their index? How would they group them? The 7 cities have 44.3. How are the rest of the cities having? Well, so this brings some concerns. So a lot of African countries started talking. This one is from a Nigerian. He says, South Africa no doubt has developed cities with good public infrastructure, but Lagos appear to be the heartbeat of Africa. Well, there you have this from a Nigerian brother. Man is saying that South Africa for sure has one of the best cities in Africa, which nobody can actually fight about that. No, you can't. But man is saying that the heartbeat of Africa is actually Lagos. Lagos, Nigeria, host Africa at heart. He's the real indigenous African country. That's what Boa is actually trying to say. Okay. Well, again, this one also came in and says, so Accra with all their mouth is not even among the top 7 best cities to live in. Well, it's pretty bad though. I'm from Ghana. I live in Accra right now, and I must say it was pretty rare not to see Accra here. But based on the cost of living thing, yeah. But with security, purchasing power too is one of the problems though, because Accra is expensive. But with the security thing, I think we have the best healthcare too. Accra is not bad. Accra is not bad. Ghana Police Service is also actually working better. Housing to infrastructure, those kind of things. Well, Accra is a city though, but I don't know why they couldn't fall out in this. But based on their criteria, they also brought their criteria too, so you cannot blame them. And I would say that Accra may not be top 7, but maybe top 10 or top 15. Accra, Ghana will be there. Okay, so don't worry about that, Nigeria brother. We will surely be somewhere there. Okay, so this guy also came in and says, Lagos, really? The inclusion of Lagos make the list a joke. I think why is Bro saying that the inclusion of Lagos make this list a joke? What is wrong with Lagos? Lagos have one of the craziest versatile cities in Africa. Almost every country person can be found in Lagos. And Nigeria it alone has a lot of tribes and different ethnicities that are all found in Lagos. Lagos is a multicultural city. If you want to feel Africa, I think Lagos is one of the places you need to visit, because you see a lot of different type of people in Lagos. So if Lagos is here, based on the criteria, although what I'm saying had nothing to do with the criteria, but if they are saying Lagos is part, then Lagos is part. They are saying Lagos have the best healthcare system, have the best infrastructure, have the best security, have the best purchasing power, all the quality that they are saying they need it, and Lagos actually falls into it, then there's no doubt to complain. I think Lagos deserves to be there. Okay. Well, this guy also came in and says, these stars are getting wild each time. Pretoria being better than Durban and Lagos being on the list at all. Well, this is actually South African though. Man is actually saying that why is Pretoria better than Durban and why is Lagos even on the list? Why should he even say that to Nigeria? But we're not talking about Nigeria right now. Let's discuss this. Why do both think that Pretoria cannot be better than Durban? Why? As a South African who have stayed in between both cities, come out and tell us why, or which city do you think have the best about this that Bro is actually saying that. I'm sure Mandem must be from Durban or is living in Durban and he have his point. But you also as a South African, which city do you think between Durban and Pretoria, which one do you think is the best city to live in? In the comment section, let me see what you think about this. My name is Vidash Say, and I was here to share with you Africa's best city to live in from African Fact Zone. And they shared a post and they say that number 1 is Cape Town, South Africa. Number 2, Pretoria, South Africa. Number 3, Durban, South Africa. 4, Johannesburg, South Africa. 5, Nairobi, Kenya. 6, Cairo, Egypt. And 7, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so there you have it. Best city to visit in Africa. Here you have it. Okay, hope you enjoy the show. Hope you are subscribing to this page and have more fun about Africa and African news. My name is Vidash Say. It was nice meeting you. See you guys around.